Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and today I'm going to do a reaction video for you. This is to the channel Jess and Dave, and the video is called, Is the Coogee to Bondi Walk Actually Worth It? And this was posted 2 weeks ago, and this video was suggested in my Discord. But before we get to the video, I wanted to show you guys something. And if you're not interested in anything other than the reaction, you don't need to leave me like a comment. You can just fast forward. So if you don't want to watch this part, just fast forward, whatever. But I wanted to show you this. So a lot of people will say to me things like, don't read hate comments, don't read the hate comments, just ignore the hate comments. And these people mean well, right? They mean well. They're like, protect your emotions and your own mental health, don't read them. But here's what you need to realize, right? Is that I read all my comments because I want to read everybody's comments. You know, you're leaving me a comment for a reason, so I would like to read it. And even though I'm not liking and hearting everything, I say this in every video, I promise you, I read every single comment, all of them. And that being said, I can't just decide which ones to avoid because I don't know which one is the hate comment until I'm reading it. You know what I mean? It can start out fine and then just turn into like a nasty comment. So I never know what I'm reading until I see it. So if that makes sense to you guys, it's not possible to just avoid hate comments without just avoiding comments altogether. So in the future, if you feel like telling people that, it's kind of impossible to just avoid the negative and only read the positive. With that being said though, I have highlighted for you, this is just fun for me, okay? My feelings are not hurt, and I am not angry, and so this is just to let you know, this is just for fun, but I chose 5 hate comments that I got recently, to show you guys just because they're ridiculous, okay? So there's different types of hate comments. There's the kind that are genuinely hurtful, and I just block and delete silently, never say a word about it. Those are very few and far between. Then there's like just the nasty comments that they're not hurtful to me personally, but they're just nasty, you know, to be nasty. But then there's these that are the hateful ones. These are the ones that I most want to show you guys just because of the ridiculousness of it all, you know. So here we go. This is only 5. It's not going to take long. I'm going to put them up on the screen so you can see them. Okay, so here's the first one for you. It's the most recent one that I got, even though it's on an older video. This is the Carl Barron, When Parents Say the Opposite. He writes, you interrupt too much with irrelevant asides, and your straight face takes away from the humor. My reply was, first of all, you obviously didn't watch the video. Second of all, he's one of my favorites, and I was laughing at the appropriate moments. You'd rather me laugh like a hyena during the entirety of the clip? Wow, that's realistic. I'm positive you don't do that either, and if you do, you belong in a padded room. And lastly, I'm a reaction channel. My job is to literally pause and talk. So think about this next time you decide to comment dumb remarks. Thanks. That was my first one. And I chose that one because 2 reasons. He said I had a straight face during the entire thing. And in order to be able to comment something like that, it either A, has to be true, or B, you're lying. And B, he was lying because I was laughing during the whole video. The other part is I get comments like this so much about, you talk too much, you pause too much. Don't go to reaction channels then. That's our job. That's our job, is to watch a video for the very first time in front of you, and you're watching our reaction to the video for the very first time. And we're pausing and talking because of copyright. We have to do that. The second one, it took you 4 minutes to get to the content.
Faster!
Exclamation, exclamation. I wrote, this is my channel. I'll take as long as I want. You don't own me. Next one. Your cat's butt is so distracting. I don't even reply to most of these ones because they're just so dumb. I have said this so many times for so long. My cats live here and you don't. The cat is ridiculous, not worthy of any more watches. As if he came here to see the cat and the cat didn't do the job properly, so he's not worthy. What? And the last one I have, this was on the compilation video I made of different comedians that actually got quite a few views in terms for me. But this person wrote, "The fake fucking laughter is ridiculous. Reaction you-tunders really are the laziest." So, first of all, Brudzul, I don't know what a you-tunder is. You're going to have to explain that one to me. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll know how to explain it to me. Fake laughter. I have never in my life fake laughed on this channel. Fake laughing is so weird, and I would never do that. I just would never do that. Here's Twisty. And they say reaction channels are the laziest. And here's what I have to say about that. We aren't lazy. We're doing the same amount of work as a lot of the YouTubers do. What they're referring to is us compared to people who take months and months to research something to bring one big amazing video to you that you're only going to get something from this channel once every couple months. And they did a whole lot of work for it. I'm not that type of YouTuber, you know? I'm a different type of YouTuber. You can't compare reaction channels to what other people do because it's like comparing apples and oranges. So that's what I have to say about that. I hope that you all stuck around during all of that and had a good time with these really dumb comments. And just a reminder, no, I am not angry about these. I'm not upset. I'm not sad. I'm not crying in bed thinking about it all night. That's not me. I'm just simply putting it up here to show you the ridiculousness of it all so that people who are not content creators can kind of see from my perspective just how crazy things are, like crazy people are, and the dumb stuff that they say to me like day in and day out. And I'll be honest, sometimes they get me in a moment where I'm in a mood where I just click on YouTube to do something, watch something, post something, whatever I'm doing. And just the first comment that pops up is like a really big hate comment or something. And it's oftentimes when I first wake up in the morning is when I'm like at my moodiest or whatever, but I'll see a comment. And that's usually when you're going to get like a not so well-mannered reply from me. Let's just say it that way. Okay, so now we are back to the Coogee to Bondi walk. Is it actually worth it? And we are going to find out. And Jess and, what are they? Jess and Dave, which I think I've reacted to them before. I think they're American. You guys, oh man, you gotta understand. I react to so many people that the amount of information that goes in my brain, but also comes out of my brain at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Can anyone relate to that?
Today we're doing one of Sydney's most famous coastal walks, but instead of starting at Bondi like most people do, we're doing it in reverse. We're starting at Coogee Beach and making our way north along the coast.
Does that make a difference to do it backwards? I'm just curious if it makes a difference.
This is usually known as the Bondi to Coogee walk, but we've heard doing it this way means you finish with Bondi at the end, which sounds like a pretty good reward for two people who've never seen Bondi before.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to take our time, stop along the way, and see why this stretch of coastline is one of the most popular walks in Sydney.
See, this is the stuff that you know, Americans are always talking about when people come to America. You need to take the time to, you know, drive to other areas outside of the major city. Holy cow. Outside of the major city and just see what you'll find. Take your time, you know?
So we're starting the coastal walk at Coogee Beach.
I don't think I've ever
Most people, I think,
seen
start
Coogee
Bondi
Beach.
and end here, and we were kind of thinking Bondi seems to be the like really impressive, iconic site, so maybe we should finish there because it's kind of like a bigger deal. But now I'm already questioning that because we're here at Coogee Beach and it's incredible. I don't think I had any actual expectations coming here first, but It's absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, it's winter here in Australia, so we came out this morning with our puffer jackets.
That's winter?
Because I mean, yesterday in the CBD, we were really cold.
Are you telling me this is winter where she's at and they're just hanging out in a t-shirt on a beach? That's just not fair.
Walking around in t-shirts, it feels kind of like a nice summer day. There's a really cool breeze, but it's really, really nice. And I mean, there's people in the ocean swimming,
winter is like
which
that.
is just wild to me in the sense that it's winter. In Canada in winter, you're doing the polar dip.
Okay.
It kind of made me regret not bringing a swimsuit so I could jump in. I mean, chances are I'd chicken out anyways because the water is still cold. I did touch it, but yeah, the ocean is just so blue. The beach, the sand, everything is so nice.
Ghost just had to let everybody know in the entire county that he's here. He just caused an earthquake.
And it's also just really cool already to see just the big difference between going to a beach in Canada and coming to a beach here in Sydney. This one specifically, at least, has all the amenities, all the facilities to like change and shower. There's a bunch of like covered benches to keep your stuff. They have these little pools that I think they call baths. So it's just like a protected area that you can swim in case the surf is really bad. Or I did
a video on the, I think it was like something like the top 10 rock pools or something like that.
People doing laps there. And then when we started walking away from the beach and up the hill to start the coastal walk, we noticed another sign that said,
my cat literally just climbed on top of the thing that my camera is on, and oh my God. Okay.
baths. When I went down the stairs, there was just like a natural rock pool.
Is that Giles?
Oh my gosh, I really wanted to go in. That's where I actually went down the stairs and touched the water. This is only the first beach that we're stopping at. I think there's 5 total that we'll be seeing along the way.
Wow.
And already I feel like I could
it?
just spend a day here. I'm also really curious if someone can tell us what these little black and white birds are. They're so funny. We were just walking along and they just keep following us around. And then if you turn to walk towards them, they fly away. They're absolutely adorable. And I've just spent some time walking around so they'd follow me.
That's
it's really
so
cute. So yeah, if you know what
cute.
bird it is, please let us know. I'm sure we can also Google it, but this way's more fun. From Coogee Beach, we started making our way along the coastal path. Pretty quickly, you start getting those classic Sydney coastal views.
Look at this. It's just, really? Can you back up? I don't need you all up in my face. All right, you know, personal space, dude. Ghost just does not understand personal space. This view is stunning.
With the cliffs on one side and the ocean on the other.
Oh my God, look at the water. I have never seen this view in Australia in my life. That's incredible. Look at that water. Man, take me there.
The full walk is about 6 kilometers and passes 5 main
3.7
beaches:
miles.
Coogee, Clovelly, Bronte, Tamarama, and Bondi. But it's not just beaches. Along the way, you also pass smaller bays and swimming spots, including Gordon's Bay, which is tucked right into the coastline.
Free chocolate. Which melted chocolate is that?
We have arrived at Cliff Point Lookout, and it's really nice here. We started at the Coogee Beach area about, I don't know, it's almost noon now, so probably like 2 hours ago. And we haven't gone very far, but it's a really nice leisurely walk. It's all along the coast here, so there's some great views out to the ocean, and there's rocks, and there's so many different little like natural pools. I think we're only not even halfway yet, but we've already passed probably 2 or 3 spots we could go down and do some snorkeling or do some swimming in some man-made pools. It's all really wonderful. Also along the way, there's these little vendors. They've set up in trucks selling ice cream or smoothies. So we decided we'd get one here, even though the plan is to stop at the Bronte Beach area to have some lunch and maybe another smoothie or something like that.
Since we left Coogee Beach, we've walked past a number of other smaller beaches. We passed Gordon's Bay, which was Really nice, really picturesque, and I believe it has like an underwater nature trail. They basically refer to it as a bush hike or a bush trek, but underwater. Really curious about that. We did see some people in the parking lot that looked like they were going down to do some scuba diving in full dry suits. I'm not surprised. The water when I just touched it.
It's crazy to me that they never show these types of views when they're just showing or talking about Australia. They just immediately go to the Sydney Opera House, at least in America. Like, they don't ever show anything else but the freaking Sydney Opera House, and that's all they ever show. Which, you know, thinking about that, it's like, no wonder people think what they think. It's like, what are they showing in your countries about America? They're just showing the Statue of Liberty all the time. That's why everyone's, you know what I mean? Like, at least for me, all they ever show is, they could be talking about Perth and they'll show you the Sydney Opera House. It does not matter. It's stupid.
Surface was really cold, so I can't even imagine. We've never done that kind of diving before, but it definitely seems like it would be a really cool place to do it. And then we kept making our way along and we came to Clovelly Beach. And this one's really different than the other beaches we've seen so far. I'd say it's a lot more protected. You still very much have the beachfront area, the sand and all that, but then yeah, it's just like, it's like such a narrow channel, and I guess it's somehow protected, so like there's not a whole lot of giant waves going through. They did still have another one of the smaller like bath pools.
Well,
it looked like there was some sort of competition going on maybe, or just some swim lessons because the Surf Lifesaving Club was right there. Just really, really interesting spot. So far though, I still think my favorite beach at this point is Coogee Beach. I could still see us spending the most time there, but I'm curious to see how much that changes when we see the next couple leading up to Bondi.
Is it weird that like I would prefer to go to Coogee Beach over Bondi Beach?
From the Cliff Point lookout, we kept following the path north along the coast. This next section takes you right past the cemetery, which sits right along.
Oh, holy crap. Waverly Cemetery. We have a place here in American Kentucky called the Waverly Sanatorium. I don't know. It was old, like, it was either an old tuberculosis hospital or an old mental asylum or something, but it's like apparently haunted and stuff, and people go, it's like a big attraction. But, sorry, the Waverly got me off everything. It made me think of that. But I will say this. This is why I paused it. I have never seen a more beautiful view of a cemetery. To me personally, cemeteries in and of themselves are beautiful places. I love sitting in a cemetery and being the only one out there and just sitting there. It's just peaceful, and normally it's very beautiful in a cemetery. But I've never seen a cemetery with a view like this in my life. At the same time, those graves close to the edge there, like, is that a worry?
Cliffs with the ocean beside it. It's definitely one of the more unexpected parts of the walk. This is also where our camera battery decided it had had enough.
Oops.
So we don't have as much footage from the walk into Bronte as we would have liked. But Bronte Beach ended up being a pretty good place to stop.
I remember
we grabbed some lunch, charged the battery for a bit, and took a break before continuing on. Bronte Beach looked like another great spot for surfing, and there were a few surfers out making the most of the waves. There were also some no swimming signs up while we were there, but we still saw some people in the water. So we're curious if most people usually follow those signs, or if they get ignored a bit depending on the conditions.
If you're an idiot, you ignore it.
After that, we kept heading along the coast towards Tamarama Beach. And from there, the walk slowly started building towards Bondi. We have now finally arrived at the iconic Bondi Beach.
I mean,
now,
definitely Bondi Beach is more iconic looking. That is a fact. It's true. But I still personally would, I think, prefer going to Coogee Beach, especially because I don't like to be around big crowds, and I feel like a beach a couple miles down will be a lot less crowded, maybe. Possibly. I could be wrong. I don't know.
it has been quite a while getting here, but I do think it was still worth
It is
leaving it
pretty.
for last. We did just get here, so we haven't been down on the beach yet. I think we're gonna go do that before we head back to the CBD. But I will say it is definitely a lot busier here than it was at Coogee Beach. I think
Okay, well, there you
that
go.
still might
She
be
answered
my
my
number
question.
one from all the beaches that we saw today.
I'm with
It's the only
her.
one where people were like actually swimming, and it was really safe to do so, and there was just so much space. This beach is absolutely massive, and there's not a lot of people on it right now. I mean, it is 3:30 p.m., so it's probably not the super prime time to be here, especially during the winter, but there's a lot of surfers in the water, so it does seem like the place to be for that. I think I was still just really surprised from this entire walk, just how outside of the city it felt. I don't know if that fully makes sense. It only took us 30 minutes by public transport to get from the CBD here. I can only imagine that if you were driving, it would be a lot less than that. The Bondi to Coogee walk was pretty epic, I would say. It was a really, really nice coastal walk. Now, I don't really have any other coastal walks that we've done in Australia that I could compare it to, but I will say the views were just incredible. The cliffs were so impressive, and just the quality of each beach was just next level. Like, they all just looked so clean. There were so many facilities and amenities that you could utilize. You could literally just show up with a picnic lunch and your towel, and you could have a whole day there, and you've got, you know, your
It 100% looks extremely welcoming.
washrooms, your barbecues, covered picnic tables that you could set up to eat
Wow, that's
at. It really
nice.
does just have everything. And then there were different beaches that had different like pros and cons, I would say. Some were really just not safe to swim at. I don't know if they changed the signage out or if they're just always not safe to swim at. So that's something I'm not super aware of. I think it was really just the Coogee.
I assume that the signs get put out temporarily during times of maybe jellyfish issues, or like when they have, what is it, the algae? I don't live near an ocean, guys. I don't know the terminology, but I've seen it on the news where they'll say it's not safe. It's whatever is like moving up towards the shores is unsafe for people to swim in, like the like where the water will turn blue or it'll turn red in an area because it has this particular thing in that area, and it's dangerous for you to swim in. Then other signs might be like, you can't swim in here for something to do with the wildlife that's just in that beach at that time, maybe, from what I've heard.
Beach, and I guess Bondi behind me, though there were people in the water, so I guess it's more of like a swim at your own risk type thing. I don't know. Most of the beaches, though, as long as they had some waves going, did have surfers in the water.
I feel like if it was
Bronte
swim
that
at
had
your
all
own
the
risk,
surfers
it
in the
would
water?
say
I think
that.
so. I think it was Bronte Beach that had the most surfers in the water besides at Bondi. There's so many in the
Is
water
Bronte
here. But I think that
known to be more of a surfer's beach?
that was the other like major surf spot, at least today. That seemed to be the place to be to surf. The main spot that had like food and drinks and cafes was also at Bronte Beach. It was pretty much the halfway point too, so it kind of worked out perfectly. There was just like a little strip of shops, so there was like a fish and chip spot, a couple places doing burgers. The place that we went to that actually had a lot of gluten-free and dairy-free options. It also had some vegan stuff too. And I'd say the place we ate at was really good. I really enjoyed what I had there. So it was a good spot to stop. Another thing I really liked about the coastal walk was that they had like water bottle refill stations. I'm normally someone who just like goes through a lot of water normally. So I was kind of worried when we started this walk that we weren't going to have enough water and we were going to run out. But we were able to just chug back as much as we wanted because there were so many spots to stop and fill up the water
I
bottle.
love that. That's
So
really
was
good that they
perfect.
do that.
So that was our coastal walk from Coogee to Bondi. And honestly, doing it this way around was a really good call. Starting in Coogee felt a bit more relaxed, and then the whole walk slowly built towards Bondi at the end. It is one of those walks where the best part is not just one viewpoint. You're constantly passing beaches, cliffs, bays, ocean
It's the
pools,
journey.
and little lookout
It's
points
the journey,
along the
not
way.
the destination.
For a first visit to Sydney, this is easily one of the best
love
things we've
that.
done so
I
far.
love that.
If you're planning to do the Bondi to Coogee walk or Coogee to Bondi like we did, give yourself some time, bring a water bottle, and maybe make sure your camera battery is fully charged. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Oh, that was a good video. Now I need to add Coogee to my list of destinations to visit. Because like I said during the video, I think I would rather visit Coogee over Bondi. But what a cool walk. How long do you think it would take someone to walk it. I mean, I guess they said it was 3.7 miles, so it's just however long it takes you to walk that, I guess. But if you're stopping and enjoying things along the way and eating and things like that, then, I mean, I would imagine that would be an all-day sort of adventure, right? I mean, for me it would be, at least. Before I let you guys go, I want to say I'm probably not going to film anything tomorrow. Tomorrow is July 3rd, and my husband and my son have tomorrow off. So I don't know if we're going to be doing anything or not, but the 4th of July falls on a Saturday this year. Oh my God, I don't even remember the last time we had a Saturday 4th of July. But tonight, I'm very excited. Tonight, I am going to the Interstate Center in town because they are putting on, for the America 250, a very special drone show. I don't know. I don't think my city's ever put on a drone show before. And so this is so exciting, and I cannot wait to go. And it's going to be so fucking crowded, and it's going to suck really bad. But yeah, I'm not going to go over the whole thing because they're going to be doing like it opens at 6 p.m. There's food trucks and there's like all these other activities and things to do. But for the drone show actually starts at like 9 p.m. So I don't really need to go for all of that stuff, but I do want to go a little early and enjoy part of the amenities or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna go see my very first drone show ever tonight. I have never gone and watched one, so I am so excited. I'll definitely take video clips for you guys to see if you are interested in seeing little video clips from it. And I may or may not vlog a little bit on the 4th of July too. I guess it just depends on, it is America 250, it's a big deal, but I guess it just depends on like kind of what we end up doing. So that's up in the air. But yeah, I want to tell you guys that I'm going to this drone show tonight, and if you are interested in seeing what it looked like, let me know in the comments, because I would love to share it with you. But yeah, this video's gotten way longer than I intended it to be, like usual. But that's what you come here for, right? You come here to listen to me ramble, or you fast forward through it. It is very simple. Oh my God, I'm a dork. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and I'll see you next time.